I have made the executive decision as a real estate professional that my buyers should strongly consider looking at new construction homes for the foreseeable future. Let's talk about it. What's going on? It's your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. And I'm going to give you in today's video some insight on where I think the market is going and some conversations that you might want to start having with your buyer clients. If you're a listing agent, you're probably not enjoying this particular topic, but hear me out. Make sure you stay to the end of this video. When you hear people talk about new construction homes, some of the concerns that a lot of people have with new construction homes is, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a home that doesn't have any charm or any character. And I think what buyers are forgetting in most cases is they got to stop looking at HGTV. Some of these builders right now, they're seeing what's going on in the market. They're being very strategic with the land that they are purchasing to build new construction homes. And quite often, you can find new construction communities within a few minutes of the downtown of your city, where traditionally with new construction homes, they tended to be built further outside of the city, right? If you wanted something brand new, you had to go to the north side or to the south side. But now a lot of builders are strategically buying land in some pretty cool places. And here's some of the things that I love about new construction homes. First, here is the obvious benefit of a new construction home. It's brand new. You're the only butt that sat in that on that toilet seat, for example. Hate to get to you about, but it is what it is. You know, it's completely brand new. And I feel like when you are buying a new construction home, especially as a first-time home buyer, that's a lot of stress that is going to be alleviated because if you are brand new to real estate and you've never purchased a home before as a first-time home buyer, it can be very scary, right? And some of the cool things that I walk my buyer clients through with new construction homes is they typically will come with a bumper to bumper warranty on anything that happens within reason in that home for like the first 1 to 2 years. And outside of that, there usually is a 10-year foundation warranty, a roof warranty. Like it's all kinds of benefits that really truly it creates a turnkey experience for a buyer. But what's happening right now in the current market that we're in is a lot of these builders are getting smart. They are offering incentives on the loan side of things if you were to use their preferred lender that in a lot of cases, even though I have my team of lenders, like I'm telling my buyer clients, that's a really good deal that you're going to get using the builder's lender. Because typically with new construction homes, they would offer you like a washer and dryer or whole house blinds or sod in the entire area of the property. That was the usual concession that a builder would offer if you use their preferred lender. They know if their preferred lender approves your buyer, that there's a strong possibility that you're going to get to closing and they can kind of mitigate any issues that may pop up, right? If your client's coming with their own lender and it's a bank that they've never heard of or maybe that has had a lot of issues, typically a lot of the big banks, it's usually a very painful situation working with them to get to the closing table. But when they're in control and you're using one of their preferred lenders, of course, I'm sure there's some kind of financial benefit to the builder, especially if it's some builders that have their own brand as the lender. But when I tell you all, and I'm going to share my screen right now, let's look at some of the incentives that some builders are currently offering right now that you can't compete with it if you're a traditional lender. I'm sorry to my loan officers out there. So right now, this particular builder called Meritage, which is a national builder, they're offering buyer clients interest rates as low as 1.99%. Now, 5.79 APR, that's inclusive of all costs associated with the loan. So the APR is kind of truly going to be what your buyer is going to get. In addition to that, they're offering up to $1,000 of incentives. So this is definitely going to give you a lot more than a refrigerator and whole house blinds. I mean, you can upgrade and add granite. You probably can include hardwood floors if the home traditionally builder grade comes with carpet. I mean, this is some pretty amazing benefits that these builders are offering. And they're not doing it, because they're just trying to be extremely nice. They want to get your buyer to the closing table. They want you to not send your buyer to any resale homes or anything like that. They will offer you what you frankly cannot get buying a resale home. Hey, if you've made it this far in the video and you are a real estate professional, consider partnering with me here at Real Brokerage. Pay nothing per month, get a fantastic split, and you have the opportunity to build a business through revenue share and stock purchases. Book a call at the link below in today's video, and I'm happy to have a conversation on why I was able to grow my business exponentially by moving my practice to Real Brokerage. All right, back to the video. And of course, if your buyer is seeking character and things of that nature, one of the knocks that some of my buyers have explained to me with brand new construction is, oh my gosh, Marvin, it looks so sterile. It's so brand new. There's no trees anywhere. That's not always the case. And that's the power of working with a real estate professional like myself. Of course, if you're not in Georgia, your brother, your uncle, I can hook you up with the person that I love in all 50 states that I know will take care of your clients with the heart of a teacher, right? But I have to get you guys to understand that as a buyer's agent, I'm not having to fight for my compensation when I'm dealing with new construction builders. They know that we are the people that keep this train moving as buyer's agents. So they are coming out of the gate with all of the perks that I mentioned. They're offering a lower APR loan. I've seen loans as low as 3.5% for the first year and then 4.5% for 30 years fixed. Like, that's guaranteed. The way that they're able to do this is because these builders, working with their preferred lender, they buy a bunch of loans, and that's how they're able to offer a rate that a traditional lender frankly cannot offer. I think that you should strongly consider new construction homes if you are working with buyer clients. You don't got to worry about your compensation. You're going to get your full compensation in the majority of cases because, again, these builders want to move this property, so they're happy to come out of the gate offering a great interest rate, hundreds of thousands of dollars in incentives, and full compensation to you as the agent. When I have a case where a buyer client is telling me, hey, Marv, I may not be able to afford your services. Well, I'm always going to let them know that my job is to fight to get them the best deal on the best home. But ultimately, if you are directing them to look at all types of homes, including new construction homes, that's not a conversation as far as your compensation. You're going to get your money. And a lot of these builders, I'm also finding, are even offering agents broker bonuses, meaning in addition to the 3% that they're going to give you, or maybe even more, depending on your market, they're going to add a sweetener on top of that if you bring them a buyer that gets under contract within a certain time. I mean, your buyer's not going to care. They're going to be extremely happy walking into a brand new home. In a lot of cases, the construction is being done in communities that are established, right? So if the buyer is worried about walking into a community that has some seasoning to it, it's been seasoned, it's been established for some time. In a lot of cases, there are builders that are building in current established neighborhoods. So now they got that covered. And being able to walk in and not have to pay for a ton of upgrades that are offered because your builder is paying all your closing costs, the builder is covering a ton of things on the front end for you just out of the gate, it's just a super easy conversation. When I tell y'all, obviously the buyer determines what homes they want to look at, right? They're in complete control of that. But when they ask me my thoughts on new construction, I tell them all of these benefits that I'm explaining to you. And I think that if you have some potential buyers that are, especially as we're coming into the springtime as of this recording, you may want to have them look into getting pre-approved through one of the lenders that are in some of the communities that are offering some really cool incentives. If you get these sales agents at these builders a call, get on their radar. They'll let you know whenever if there's a new benefit that's happening for the month, they will let you know as the real estate agent. I'm on a ton of builders email lists. So whenever there is some type of incentive, like the March Madness one that I showed you from that builder Meritage, like, I'm letting my buyer clients know, hey, this particular builder is offering this for the current month. If we get under contract, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, do you want to go ahead and take a look at this? And another benefit that I love with new construction homes is I don't have to do the showings in a lot of cases because the builder's sales agent will take care of the tour and all of that stuff. I mean, it's so dope. Now, you want to make sure you protect yourself as a buyer's agent by calling and just having a conversation with the builder and setting things up and getting your client registered, getting yourself as the agent registered. And if you do all of that, you can send your buyer client to that community and the builder sales agent will give them a personal one-on-one tour. That's one of the things I love, is that these builders will typically have things scheduled. So the builder's sales agent is walking the property for the client and showing them all of the cool things, and can really truly speak to some intangibles specific to the neighborhood. And if they decide they want to go under contract, I don't have to do any of the paperwork. The sales agent takes care of all of the paperwork, and I still get paid. So it's a beautiful thing, y'all. Let me know in the comments, are you still going to walk your clients through the benefits of purchasing a resale home, or are you giving them some insight as to why new construction may be, in the current interest rate environment that we're in right now, which is still, as of this recording, sitting in the 6s and the 7s, it may be time to start showcasing the benefits of new construction homes to buyers for the foreseeable future, at least until interest rates come down. So let me know your thoughts. Do you love new construction homes? Do you hate them? Why? Why not? Personally, I love new construction homes. I've lived in a ton of them. And again, for the benefits that I mentioned in this video, it's pretty much a no-brainer. It's pretty much a no-brainer to get a ton of incentives, to get the ability to have an interest rate compatible to where interest rates were, 3 to 4 years ago. I mean, it's just kind of a no-brainer. And in the NAR world, where we're worried about our compensation and where that's going to go, to know out of the gate that I don't have to negotiate my commission in the offer that I write. I don't have to deal with any of that. But one of the things that I do want to say while I have you guys still here, and hit the thumbs up button, by the way, if you made it all the way to this point of the video. We're almost done. But one of the knocks that a lot of people have said about new construction homes is like, well, I'm not going to get any equity when I purchase this home. And I tell clients to be very careful with the whole equity conversation, or buying at what they feel is the proposed top of the market. A lot of what these builders are offering right now are incentives that will literally bring the price down of the home to below market value. And then ultimately, an appraisal is going to let you know whether or not you have equity on day one, right? In a new construction home, you're not always necessarily buying at the top of the market. There may be some incentives that builder just wants to get that property moved, especially a home that a builder offers, which is called an inventory home or a spec home. And this is a home that was built where the builder was under contract with another buyer, things fell through. Pretty much all the things that are going to be done to that home have been done to that home, and the buyer and the builder just wants to get that off of their books. Well, if you're okay with the updates that have been done to the home and the upgrades that have been done to the home, you can usually get a really good deal on that property for your buyer client. And it can come in a lot of cases under the appraised value. That's a win for your client. They can walk into equity on a property on day one and have gotten an amazing deal on a property because it fell through with another buyer. Let your clients know the benefits of new construction and allow them to make the decision on what's best for them. All right, until the next video, this is your brother, your uncle, your favorite realtor's favorite realtor. But before you go, YouTube thinks that one of these 2 videos will be of some value to you, so don't leave the channel just yet. Tap in for more, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.